Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears Pro League as myself and Colin about to hop into this last series of the day. And I said it tastes like dish soap. Oh, Lord.
You know what doesn't taste like dish soap? Something I can't show on stream, but
God, you know what tastes like dish soap? That L that Cassidy prepared.
Yo,
that shit.
my dude, I'm so like every time I think about this, I'm getting angrier at it because I'm like, you had so many chances to just close the series out against Rise.
A lot, like, you know. You had, multiple maps. Maps, those last two. Hey, I give them their props. They're very good execution and control.
I'm not giving them no props after that. Nope. You don't get to do this. There's no positive spin. You had 3 maps to close the team out.
We talked about it. When people look at the column, it's like, regardless, we digress. Digital Slayers versus Northern Forces coming up next. And we watched Northern Forces have, a star-studded performance last week against the Pittsburgh Knights, one of our top LATAM teams. But they got to go up against another one in Digital Slayer. And it's going to be NotClaw, Toxiq, Sulfuss, and Smokz. And this Digital Slayers team, we got a chance to see them to kick off the broadcast last week. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say they went map 5 against Team Queso, who they played. It was a 3-0. It was 3-0, 4-0. One of the 3-1 in favor of Digital Slayers as they came out swinging. Now, we'll see if they got that same energy against Northern Slayers as they were at the bottom of the standings together. They know how important this win is.
This is going to be an important situation for both of these teams. Digital Slayers with a win under their belt would be very much improved, but Northern Forces, after the win over the Pittsburgh Knights last week, looking to continue to compound that success here tonight by trying to go back-to-back and get wins in their last match last week and their first match this week. We all know them. I especially love them. It's Cellz, Kenny Lava, and Rocky, the makeup of Northern Forces, and the player to watch for this matchup is Cellz. Last week, Blaze, when we saw them against the Pittsburgh Knights, Cellz did something that we've very seldom seen anybody do, and that is go toe-to-toe, blow for blow with anybody on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights. They were caught out in many CQC situations with Lancer damage in from likes of Lava and Kenny just for Cellz to deliver every finishing blow possible. My man was a walking guillotine waiting to take your absolute head off.
The Puerto Rican Reaper looking to just slice up the competition. And we saw it last weekend. I think he's going to be in full form tonight. Let's take a look at our picks and bans for this series and see what is the field going to be that we're going to be playing on as we got District Control and Regency Control being banned. We move on throughout the picks and bans, and no Canals and no Afira in our cycle, and then no Vascar Escalation. So if I had to predict this cycle, we're going to get a Ritual Control. We're going to get a Checkout Execution. We're going to get a Clocktower Execution. We're going to get a Reactor Control, and we're going to get a Harbor. Okay? Let's just play it.
Oh, he was only wrong on one Speyer over
Clocktower, Harbor, Ritual, Checkout. Okay, no Speyer. I keep forgetting about Speyer. We ain't seen a lot of Speyer lately. So
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most people do because they play it in ranked. They realize it's a double snipe map, and then they don't ever pick it ever again.
Why? They so whack for that. We need more.
Because ain't nobody like. Look, Blaze, I love you to death. I'm gonna tell you straight up. When I ain't got you on my team, I'm not picking no double snipe map. Not gonna happen. You ain't gonna catch me dead in the graveyard with a double snipe map without a guy like Guy Blaze on my squad. It's not gonna happen.
Well, we gotta play tonight because I'm like hyped up. Okay, this thing is bubbling.
You about to be bubbling.
I feel it in the base of my soul. Okay, it's like I got rumble packs in my chair right now. Oh, all right. So we're about to head into Speyer Control map number 1, and when it comes down to it, I'm excited to see what both these teams are going to bring to the table. I think that when it comes down to Northern Forces, they got a great leader in Kenny and to really lead them on the Speyer map. He had a talented team. I forgot the last squad that I watched him play with that I felt like was so talented on his map. I think it was the team that he had. May have been this roster just with Toady. You know what I'm saying?
It was the United.
It was the E-United roster. Yeah, that last E-United roster that he played on was really good at Speyer. And so now we'll see if he can bring some of that culture over to the Northern Forces team. And with them coming off that last 3-0, I think they'll be ready for this series. Now, let's hop into our predictions. With that being said, I'm going to go with Northern Forces here. I was very impressed by their win up against PK. And coming off of that, it's hard for me really to go against them when it comes down to this Digital Slayers team who's at the bottom of our standings. And we're just looking for them to come out and get some big wins, right? We want to see some clear-cut victories for them against some of our top teams. And Northern Forces is one of those teams that's emerging to the top, but also still kind of at the bottom in the placements, okay? So this is a good one for Digital Slayers for them to move up in the rankings.
Blaze, I'm going to tell you exactly like I said. I'm going to let you in on what happened after the Northern Forces beat the Pittsburgh Knights last week. I predicted Pittsburgh Knights to win that match because I was predicting to protect my picks, to try to win this predictions poll that we have each and every week by thinking we know what team is going to win.
We do.
I legitimately lost sleep over that because I don't think I have ever physically picked against Kenny.
Oh, so you said for the one day that you did, you felt
and I just hurt deep down inside because I was like, man, it's like I'm not picking against Kenny again. I don't care if it's today, tomorrow, the next day. But I don't care who they're playing from here on out. If Kenny is playing on my screen for as long as I have him, I'm picking Kenny. Northern Forces, lock it in from here on out. Don't care who they're playing. Don't care who they're up against. Backs against the wall. I don't care if they're down 0-2 and maps down on Escalation 4-0. Picking Kenny against D United next week. Just got told they were playing D United next week. Picking Kenny against him. Sorry.
So touching, Colin. Okay.
Never go pick against my dad again.
Hey, you shouldn't. Okay. Look at the records. Okay. Look at the history. How often has you bet against them? Okay. Very touching statement right there, Colin. And great breakdown. Chat, what's happening today? Okay.
You ain't picking against my dad either. Don't BS us.
Northern, you guys gonna break the tie with Taylor? Okay. Because I tell you right now, Taylor picked Northern Forces. Okay.
You better pick my dad.
Chat, if you go Digital Slayers, y'all can come out on top in the prediction standings. Okay.
That's what I thought. All
right, y'all with Northern Forces as well.
No. We ain't picking against my dad tonight. We ain't picking against my dad tonight.
That ain't
we ain't picking against my dad tonight.
All right. Well, we're all aligned, okay? And we're all pointing north. And we'll see if the force is going to be strong enough to come away with another victory. Also, too, one thing that we got to take into account is just the confidence that Digital Slayers is going to have in this series, right? I think that Digital Slayers comes into this and they know they're not playing against PK, Rise, Pioneers, E United. They're still playing up against a good team, but it's one that, do you think that I have a little bit more confidence up against?
Digital Slayer's best hope is to try to get very loose very quickly, try to disrupt what the Northern Forces want to do against them, because Northern Forces were able to set up Lancer out and get a lot of early damage against the Knights last week. Digital Slayers, they're not the same squad as the Knights, but they are going to play a little bit more loose. They're going to hang 10 a little bit more. They're going to be more in the rhythm, in the groove. They're going to be very much in the zone, like you like to call it, where somebody's just kind of moving throughout the map. They're very rhythmically bouncing around, playing for shots, playing for the downs and kills. That's the type of squad that Northern Forces tends to be, especially in hill fights on control. I'll be curious to see how Northern Forces counteracts that, if they do counteract.
If they can counteract it, we will find out soon, as we are heading into our last series of the day. We're going to get locked into the beautiful Speyer, as we have Digital Slayers and E United about to get into a digital brawl. It's going to be a lot of carnage, a lot of slaying out with both of our units here. And each of these teams knows how important this win is going to be. Time to lock it in. Let's get it.
Coming off into the early spawn point of this, NotClaw is going to try to get right across the top of this hill into Rocky's face. Rocky with the Lancer is going to get that first down. They're going to get a quick revive out. Kenny's going to rotate up, get hit with a big body shot there. 3 players going to go to the front side of the stairs to try to challenge out. Cellz waiting in the wing for this player to maybe wrap shot, maybe go for the up A. He's going to get called out. They're going to go flying at him, but here comes the Lancer damage. They're going to continue to try to answer back here. Playing for the downs and damage. Both teams are not going down at this point in position, but Cellz and Lava will finally get taken down. Kenny's going to throw a very delayed flash grenade, pick up the frag grenades. He's going to throw one, bounce it off that first player, bouncing around, trying to get that kill. Can't get it to go. Now he's going to throw the next one into the door, try to get a secondary kill.
They never got the first one to push through, though. Yeah, they get the first one and push through. They can reset and kind of block off the door. Instead, the spawns will get flipped. And you're going to have Northern Forces starting to move up into this hill. A great angle from Toxiq, having to force those players back. And we see the active drop in the chamber. A quick drop for a double. Charges through, checking these corners. He'll see Rocky on the run. But we'll also have Kenny rotating for the hill. And he gets to spawn for his team. They're exactly where they want to be. Not the worst situation in the world to be, but will Rocky get help in time? He got 2 Lancers looking that direction. Just needs to play this cover right.
Rocky with a little back air there. Smokz will go down. They're going to be able to try to lane up onto the secondary kill. Looking toward the players, coming away from this hill. Going back toward the 90-degree angle, going into P2 here. P1 is about 7 or 8 seconds away from respawning or despawning. Excuse me. Toxiq is going to rotate up there, I think, maybe to try to finish the hill off to get it to spawn quicker. Yeah, he's going to get 2 or 3 points off of it. Try to get the rotation to go. Rocky's going to check these players here. Inside of the hill, Northern Forces has 2 players. Cellz will be playing into the 90-degree. Toxiq will move up into a position here for the neutralization. They can't get the shot over the top just yet on him, so there's just going to be a neutralized hill at this point.
Right now, everything is just gridlock. But Rocky looking to break through a rock delivered towards NotClaw on this flank. Very problematic for Digital Slayers. Now you see Kenny trying to work this edge, and you can tell he is trying extra hard playing as Myra. Signature character here for Kenny. Now Smokz, he's trapped in the corner. You'll start to see Northern Forces surround the hill as Digital Slayers looking for an out. They won't find one. They need to just look ahead of the game, start thinking about the new drop shot that's coming up, as well as the next hill across map at Globe. And that's a 12-second pickup on the drop. Player 4 maybe getting this call out to his team. You see the nades are available, so I like that call out from Digital Slayers. The drop wasn't picked up, scared those players away. That's a nice nade, just wasn't deep enough. It stopped those players from peeking out towards the front. Should create the opportunity for Smokz to get away with that drop, and it should be 1 nade left on the side of Digital Slayers to work with.
2 down right now for Digital Slayers.
No more.
Try to fly in. There's the double kill. Excuse me, Cellz goes out as well as Sulfuss. NotClaw is down as well. Smokz and Toxiq last alive for the squad. They are already pulled up into the hill. Lava's going to get called out. He's going to be flanked out in just a moment by 2 other players from the side of Digital Slayers. Kenny might have to engage Smokz here much sooner rather than later. Here comes the reinforcement. Smokz is going to try to back out here. He's a little red, not down or dead. Sees that player with a misroll. That's going to be Cellz. He needs to start to warm up here if Northern Forces want a chance at winning this matchup. Up A by Cellz, back A by Cellz. This is Smokz just putting out all the damage possible. Kenny on his final down and out here has to try to play defensively in this back corner. Won't be able to do it for very long, and he'll go down.
Now Cellz playing off his left hand. He connects with a clean body shot there. Goes down right away. No revive coming through. And Digital Slayers know exactly where Northern Forces is respawning. This is a good counter flash. Stuns both players in the corner. Gets the down. Some solid shots from NotClaw. Double down. Back A cleanup. Meat shield. Oh, and there's the third. Digital Slayers. They're on a run. Oh, and they have downloaded all the information that they need to start breaking out and playing for next.
You cannot play for that kill right there if you're not going to get it. That's a 3v1. You're looking for at least a trade to try to disrupt their retake across the map already into a very good position. I mean, really 30 seconds before this hill will spawn over because it's 1.5 per. It's not exactly this. You're looking at maybe 25 to 27. Toxiq is going to hit that first shot onto Kenny. Kenny's going to get some... No, actually, he's not going to get any help. Nobody's in a position to help him. Toxiq is still alive. Kenny's trying to engage a 1v1 here, but Smokz is there for the help for Toxiq. There's the flash. They're going to try to fly at him. He's going to go down. Now Cellz, he's going to mark up with his snub into this area. Next hill is about to respawn up at the very middle bottom of that center lane. The Northern Forces in there first, and they have a ton of time left.
Man, and with the spread that they have, you know, if no one's playing into this hill, all this time should go in favor of Digital Slayers. They can cap this hill safely and cover, especially with no one playing the low side just yet. And Digital Slayers knew that. And so as they start to break down, they have to walk into this trap that was set up by Northern Forces. And that's why you got to make the play sooner rather than later and be able to assess that. If not, you have to break through some of these defenses like this. And the more time you give your opponent to think, the more solidified, the more fortified that defense shall be. As Northern Forces was able to clean house, they still got 30 seconds of time to work with. Lava getting some great help from his teammates. He's able to get his health back. Took a solid shot there on the edge, but Rocky on the flank, not able to get the kill. Clean up to the sky, and it comes down for nothing. But at least the drop shot won't be in his opponent's hands, as Digital Slayers will continue to build on their lead.
See what they do here with the next rotation as they look to move over here. 3 players, 4 Digital Slayers already up into that position. Here comes Northern Forces. Cellz is going to try to get into that box, but he doesn't even get a chance to throw his flash grenade. Pure Lancer fire, picture perfect from the side of Digital Slayers. Are going to have them in a position to try to answer back here very quickly, very succinctly. Rounds being traded out, 4v3 on the map. Kenny goes down. There's the finish from Smokz in the backside of the hill. Looks like Lava's trying to come through the front side. Rocky's going to go down 4th and final for that team. Cellz in a 1v1 here. He's going to snub out towards Sulfuss, but not have a chance to get that kill. Back A over the top. Won't be able to get that. Now looking for another shot over the top. Won't be able to get that full red down and dead. Sulfuss is going to get that 45-degree angle. He's going to get that shot on and get the kill. Now Sulfuss is going to rotate back into the hill. This will be a close respawn for Digital Slayers. Northern Forces on the back foot here in this map number 1. They need to get a couple of hills in a row if they want to be able to take this lead.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to. And it's getting a little bit more difficult for them currently, as we're going to be in P5. Cellz clears out the back of the spawn so he can get a little bit closer here with the rest of his teammates. Some defensive nades being tossed by Lava. No kills coming through, just a little bit of splash damage. Another defensive nade to the ground. He completely repositions, but he knows his teammates, they're already pushing to the hill, so ultimately he just had to stay alive in that situation. He gets the help that they need. They'll clean up Toxiq on his 3rd and final down. New drop shot up. Can Lava stop this along with Rocky? No downs come through, and now Digital Slayers, all they got to do is reset, as they are already set up on next, and they got the lead that they needed so they can have that cushion, but it's a player in spawn. Cellz getting these marks.
Cellz,
they don't know he's here.
He's just giving out information to this point. They're going to drop the drop shot off. They're going to switch players with it. Cellz takes some shot at Smokz. Trying to get him tagged up a little bit red. Toxiq is going to try to jump over that top. He's going to go down. Here comes Cellz on the perfect angle. He's going to just shred players. Rocky, though, waiting at the wing, waiting at the corner, is going to get 2. And he's going to get a 3rd down. Now Kenny's going to look for the 4th down and out. They're going to get that kill as well. With 70 seconds on this hill, they can definitively get back into this one. They can tie it up, maybe even take the lead if they're able to hold on to the entirety of this hill. Smoke is going to go out. Cellz is going to get tagged up from both sides here. Trying to stay alive, trying to engage. This is a 1v1 against Sulfuss. Misses the first shot. It's a decent amount of pellets on the second. Waiting for his health to come back. Rocky with a wrap shot gets the down. Cellz with a double bounce gets a kill of his own. Digital Slayers have 2 down on the map. The other 2 alive. Scramble away.
They need to find refuge, okay? They need to find a safe place, and that corner is not going to be at NotClaw. Northern Forces, relax, but it's a battle for nades coming up. Rocky, I do believe, is by himself in this situation. He'll give it up. Help comes at the last second, but Sulfuss is able to get out, reset. Him and the rest of the squad, they got the nades that they need for us entering our 2nd rotation. The heal is coming back up to nades. A quick down coming through there for Sulfuss. Toxiq with the cleanup. 2 down on the side of Northern Forces, and Cellz trying to do something about it. Plenty of time to work here in this hill from Old. And those nades were out of play. They were in the hands of Sulfuss. He didn't get a chance to use them. Oh, no, there they go. In Cellz' hands, there they go. Bang!
Oh, that's a big kill there by Cellz, and now Cellz sitting down into the hill. He's going to be looking forward to Toxiq maybe trying to retake that position. Might hold on to the secondary nade to try to wait for them to push up into those neutralization spots. No, he's going to throw it deep of Toxiq. Not going to get enough damage to get the kill on him. Maybe a little overzealous with that secondary one. Here comes Smokz to the far left-hand side of the map with the drop shot. Lava needing to hit a back A there to get that kill. Gets 1 to go. Now Smokz to the front side of the hill is going to drop the drop shot into Lava's lap. Here he comes with the bounce. Cellz, he has to hit a big shot on Sulfuss, does just that. Now it's a 2v1. Kenny and Cellz versus Smokz. Smokz is going to go to the bottom side of the stairs, and he's going to go to the bottom side of the map as he goes down and out. And Northern Forces have gone north in the score lead as they take the lead by 50 points or so and are only compounding that with 30 seconds left. They're going to be able to look for this next rotation onto the next hill. Kenny got a perfect little picture angle here. Trying to get damage onto that player. Both players getting downs, though. Getting cleans up as well. Rocky needed to hit that body shot for the chunk instead of the down, but only gets the down. Gets 2v1 here. Lava might want to back out of this situation, but Cellz on the flank. Cellz on the flank. Gets 2. Looking for 3. Lava's going to get the 3rd after Cellz gets shut down. Lava, we know how cool, calm, and collected he comes as a customer, and they're looking to continue their role in this map with Kenny on the flank. Beautiful Lancer fire out. He's going to get head down, though, and Lava realizes that discretion is the better part of valor.
Ever since P6, you know, that's when Northern Forces, these last 2 hills, they started to turn this one around from P6 to the reset, and now we're back in our 3rd hill of the reset. So 3 hills in a row, Northern Forces has been in a great spot, and that's what's gotten them this lead back. They're in another position to increase this lead. NotClaw with the flank. Gets a little nade in there too as well. Cellz trapped in the corner. Lava repositions. He's gonna try to take the spawn. Actually, he's gonna fight. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Kenny, what you gonna do? You gonna wait? You gonna play up? He's a little back aim, resets the fight. But he's only gonna reset for so long. Even though he's getting chased by 2, he misses the second shot that he needed.
Come on, Kenny, one more. Big shot. Kenny after the meat shield. Now Smokz looks a little nervous about this fight. Better bounce around. Better get all the movement you can, because Kenny is a bad man, and he will always make you pay for your mistakes. Misroll comes out. If Kenny continues to extend a 2v1 on this side of the map, it only makes life harder on the opposite end, but Digital Slayers getting the kills everywhere now. Answering back, 25 seconds to go on the hill, 226 to 232. Have held on to this one quite succinctly. I think Digital Slayers might chalk this hill now and play over toward P3. You're gonna see them play back toward the globe. 2 players just to the front door, Cellz to the backside. Cellz will be inside of the hill. Rocky's gonna go for a flank here on a Sulfuss. Flashes out. Rocky's stuck inside of a little corner here. Realizes he might get pressured by 2. Toxiq is gonna hit the secondary shot after the double bounce, and this could be the takeaway by Digital Slayers here. This is gonna be Lava coming in on the flank. Kenny's gonna continue to get shot up here. He doesn't have a safety angle. He doesn't have any help. Lava's gonna come on the flank, misses the first shot, hits the second, looking to try to get this drop out of their hands, but Cellz has been left alone inside of the hill.
Yeah, he tried to get himself out. Decent shot from him to try to take 1 to the grave or get a meat shield and reset that fight, but he can't do it. That 1-point lead from Digital Slayers is starting to grow. Northern Forces don't have much time on the clock, but they can't panic here, all right? That's how close this game has been. It's been a back-and-forth battle. If they start making some of these rushes too quickly, start feeling too much pressure, they'll put themselves in an even deeper hole. This composure from Cellz is about to pay dividends, as no one knows he's in a corner. He's the player behind them.
Oh, he had to get that kill, but he probably had to get it on the second shot, not the third one. Araki's gonna go down. Quick little revive out from Lava. They need to get these kills in quick succession. Kenny's trying to add in the damage from the Lancer. They get it down. They're trading downs in this cubby, as a matter of fact. Another down comes through, but nobody is neutralizing the hill. 275 and counting. Down to 25 seconds for the dub right here. This is gonna be Smokz continuing to play inside that door. He's gonna go down. This is where Sulfuss is looking to play a little secret man position. Kenny's going to run past him. Now Sulfuss is going to watch Lava run past him. There's the kill. Kenny's going to be caught out between a rock and a hard place. He's going to go down. 18 seconds left before that mid lane, that neutral hill down at the bottom of the map will spawn. Cellz will get the drop shot in his hand. He's going to try to rotate it out as well.
Oh, as this one is coming down to the wire. That drop shot, it needs to be placed very, very well. 7 seconds of scrap time on the old, but even just touching that hill, you let people know that you're flanking them, right? Player 5's looking for him, but he doesn't know that he got behind enemy lines, and that's player 2. Oh, Rocky was waiting, but Rocky is the focus. Cellz with a quick shot. The drop doesn't get the kill. There's the focus out in the open. Toxiq goes down. Rocky staying alive as long as he can.
And he gets an answer back. Cellz is down again for a second time. He's on the wrong side of the tracks right here. He's playing against 3 players of Digital Slayers on that side of the map. Kenny's going to go down. Now they're going to collapse on Cellz. Lava, last one alive. He's going to get Lancered out. Digital Slayers only 15 seconds away. Not going to be able to get a real retake in this because Rocky's going to have to get a kill here. He's going to go down, and now it's down to 10 seconds. And after a 3-0 trouncing of the Pittsburgh Knights, Digital Slayers, they are going to start with a 1-0 map advantage over Northern Forces because they're not going to make it to the neutralization. No, they do. No, never mind. 399. Cellz has to go absolutely massive. He's going to have to get a 3-piece and a biscuit, and he does not. They go down. Digital Slayers, they win map 1 and go up 1-0.
1-0. Digital Slayers strikes first. And it was, they came out hot. They had the lead to kick off this map. And even though we had multiple lead changes in the late game, you see the cavalry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have gonna have to get in touch with Blaze sooner or later because my man is so stunned by that map one. He had to check out for just a moment.
It was like a moment, bro. Like I literally just kind of like, okay. It was one of those. It was brief.
It's the energy drink. Your heart
was brief,
literally
bro.
stopped. It was.
Yo, I need to play something. I need to play something because energy drinks don't hit me like they used to. It's like I skip a level of excitement and I just go to death stare. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just ready for things to pop
like
off.
Samuel
like for
Jackson.
real.
Samuel Jackson on the porch.
Yeah, right. Like I ain't down for no fake stuff. Okay, like we about to do this. All right, I need to get in the mix. Digital Slayers got me hyped up. All right, coming away with this first map win. We all predicted Northern Forces to come out on top, and I think if we learned anything last week, for the most part, our predictions were wrong. Okay, throughout one of the day, everybody got wrong predictions outside of chat getting one right. So that's just the position in which the state of the league is in, all right? How good our teams are, especially towards the bottom of the standings. They come out any given week and they say, you know what? We're ready to play. We're ready to do an unthinkable. We know that this is the last split, so we want to give it everything in which we have. And you see in this moment, even with Northern Forces being up by about 40 or 70 points, we talked about how 3 hills in a row, they started to pull away with this lead, right? Now, this was the one where Kenny's distracting so many players out. Why? His teammates need to get in there, get that hill. But I love this play coming out of Northern Forces when they waited for that drop shot, Colin. It was well-timed. They got multiple downs. But even from that moment on, you would have thought they would have started pulling away with the lead, but they didn't. Digital Forces always got right back into the fight.
Digital Forces are just ready. I told you they were going to play much more loose. They were going to play much more over every single fight possible. They were going to get everywhere that Northern Forces wanted to be before they were, and that's why you see them come away with a victory. I mean, it was a great comeback by Northern Forces just to get it as close as it was.
Mm-hmm. It was. True.
I go back to what I keep saying is that Digital Slayers is the type of team that wants to play that way. They don't want to play slow and methodical and set up. They want to play in the hills. They want to play very quick, very in your face, very CQC oriented.
Yeah, they do. And it's almost as if, the region in which they're from, they love to get scrappy, right? They love to get in your face. They love those close court engagements. And that region is Latin America, all right? We give them credit for that wolf pack play style of, quickly packing up and just playing for every single point of interest on the map, every single objective. And if you get one down, a revive is coming out just as quick, negating damage and just as fast, putting that damage back out, right? That's the play style in which they're used to. And when they're vibing out like that, Digital Forces is as good as any other Latin American team out there. But North American squads, they know how to combat against that. They know how to, spread out, set the traps, and, create space so they can help each other. And that's what Northern Forces got to do more. They got to do more at helping each other, do more at playing a smart game, because they won some big fights that, from the way that they played against PK last week, they should have been, racking up a lot of time and resetting. But Digital Slayers, they didn't allow that. They were pressing some 1v1s. They were clutching up in some big 1v2s, even if it's just coming down to trading out that one kill, right? Taking one to the grave is so important from stopping your opponent that getting set up.
I really looking going into this execution, this will be a big differential because, again, I think you look at execution, the one life to live, a little bit different. You don't feel like you can just take the fights at necessary. You can just, you have to be a little bit more conservative with how you take these fights, how you play with that first life, especially we're going into Clocktower. We've got the long shot to worry about, the fragmentations and the torque bow down low. There's a lot of differentials to play with around here, especially because you have power weapons plus the fragmentation grenades. I'll be curious to see how this next map plays out early, who plays over that secondary position for both of these squads, who plays toward that back pillar, and what they play for. They're going to smoke out, throw flashes, play over the long shot, maybe play for the flank and the fragmentation grenades. I really think that's a chance for Northern Forces to kind of take advantage of some of the things that Digital Slayers may not be used to seeing. A couple of different strategies, throw a couple of different looks at them early, try to keep them off balance. If you're Digital Slayers, I think your job is to throw Smokz and try to get across the secondary, get across the back pillar. Even if you're not going for the long shot, make it about the CQC yet again.
Okay, I feel that. Make it about those close court engagements. You know, honestly, they could probably, as we going over towards Clocktower, stay 4 together. Okay, be there to trade out the kills. Keep playing your numbers. Play that fast plays, game plays. If you got the numbers, you should be able to win these rounds. Okay, just play together, and that may be their key to victory going into this execution. Because I don't think they need to do too much. I don't think they need to overthink it with the nades and the down low gameplay. You know, because it's check out the next map, or is it Clocktower?
Clocktower.
It's Clocktower. Okay, all right. Because we know we got them both. All right. You know, the C's, you know, it was in the 2 slot or the 5 slot, but they there. Okay, they there. And so, but yeah, so we're gonna be paying close attention to that snipe lane. And I think as long as Digital Slayers, what they need to know, because we saw it a lot last week, a lot of mix-ups when it came down to the utility in which was being used. Some teams bringing 4 flashes to the fight. Some teams bringing 2 flashes and 2 smokes to the fight. Those little bitty switch-ups on this Clocktower map are going to be super important. Also, even though we talk about Digital Slayers and them having to be aggressive, okay, keep up at that. Play that wolf pack. Hey, you still got to know when to turn it off a little bit and set the trap for that snipe pickup, you know, for those guys coming down the lane. So we'll see if they got that variety, because I know Northern Forces has that variety, right? And I think we're going to see a lot from them on this map, because you got to get it all tied up 1-1. We already saw one comeback tonight. Northern Forces, do you want to do it again? Do you want to make the next comeback happen? I think it was their matchup against Rebel. They were down 0-2. You know, they got it to a map 5, but they lost it in that map 5, 6-3. So they got that comeback potential, but they don't want to put that much pressure on their backs right now. They want to be able to get this one all tied up 1-1.
It starts with hitting a few more shots. There were so many times in that map I saw them have a good angle, and then they weren't either hitting the Nasher shot or they weren't snubbing out correctly. Again, I go back. I wish we could have it as I don't want to say a low light necessarily, but there were 2 times where I saw drop shots not get used on the down bait, where you know that somebody's there for a revive, you get it down. Well, you're still snubbing out the down. I understand you want to get the kill with the down or down with a snub, so that you don't waste the drop. But with the way that map was going, that double kill probably is the differential between a 20-second layoff and you know, a 5-second retake from the side of Digital Slayers going into execution. Those things have to be mindful. If you get it down, are you cleaning it up instantaneously? How are the comms sounding? Are you going for those quick, swift kills? Are you leaving that person down to try to bait out a secondary down? What are you doing? Because I think one of the things that we've seen haunt teams in Clocktower especially is not cleaning up those kills. So if you get downs here, ensure the kill as quick as you can, as best as you can, because I have seen so many teams get bit in the butt by allowing team revives to come through.
All right. Well, you're going to have to make sure you play close to the hip and don't allow those revives to come through, because you work hard for those downs. And if someone's going to take the time for that revive, then you got to play off that opening, off that little time in which they give you to gain more positioning, to get a different angle with your Lancer. As we're about to start loading into map number 3. Here we go. I almost thought I lagged out again. I'm like, what the heck is going on today? I thought it was on me. You know, Midwest connections.
It ain't always on you. It ain't always on you.
Hey, though, my ping, I live next to that Illinois server. I tell you that, boy. I got a 1 ping everywhere. Not that it helps me hit more shots, but speaking of hitting shots, well, you see NotClaw being able to connect on Rocky as he was being aggressive down that lane. First blood going towards the side of Digital Slayers, and they will be able to grab this snipe and reposition. He's looking for it. Misses the body. Cellz knows that he has a gap between shots, but his teammates not able to follow up, and the teammates of Smokz just chose to back up, create the space, and he was able to get that gun reloaded and pick up 2.
Beautiful first round by Digital Slayers. I go back, they did exactly what they needed to do, where they're staying loose, they're staying in the CQC. You see the bounce at the very end. It's a very, very long. It is a very, very long shot for Digital Forces not to play that way, because that's how they're more comfortable. It's what they get away with often than not. It's how they come away with victories more often than not. This second round, look at the snub fire. Cellz goes down because of just the perfect team fire from the opposite end.
Yeah, they're focusing him in that secondary. Digital Slayers came in with a game plan. Sulfuss playing a secondary. He's backing up a little bit. Feeling like they had too many players on that line, and I like the mix-up from him. Now it's a mirror matchup. Rocky will move in, well-timed flashes. He'll get out, sacrificing Kenny. Now he needs to make it worth it.
Everybody's down. I mean, like, the team revives, even with all that attention being paid to the backside of the map. The side of Digital Slayers were still getting those downs one after the other. Now Rocky's gonna get flashed out, and look at this. Sulfuss is right up in their face, backing out on one. I mean, these guys are hitting like absolute apartment complexes on people right now.
Straight bricks, bro. Straight bricks right there. And then they're showing a lot of patience. I don't blame. Like, I think that was a good move coming out from Northern Forces to make the play for the snipe. Their flashes look good, and they actually hit their targets. But Digital Slayers, they got into that lane right away to Lancer those players down. And, you know, just a great presence here on the back pillar. Good job for them there. Because we thought that they were going to have to be the more aggressive ones, but they actually start this off a little bit more passively. And they're playing together as a unit. They get the down on the line. Kenny thought about stepping up. Lava trapped in the corner. You see the pickup? Ooh, he went for it, but he goes down right away. It's a quick revive and a pistol out. Rocky charging for it. He'll get the cleanup, but he's on the ground. 3v3. NotClaw resets. It's another reset. It's a revive. They need to get him towards the back lane. The splash stuns him. Toxiq gives him the space to get his health back and not corralling in the jail and getting them both locked up. But that sniper's right there on the ground. Boy, yeah, you go get that. He says, I'm in there.
He said, wait a minute.
Yeah. Hold on. He said, if you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Big
Kenny get hit with a body shot.
Cellz is trying to play that pillar perfectly. Dox is gonna get tagged up there, but Cellz is gonna go down. And again, just the last week Northern Forces that were hitting every shot possible, this is the exact opposite. We are seeing the literal just Jekyll and Hyde of Northern Forces tonight.
They are in demon mode, okay? They have come to their full form right now is what it's looking like. You know, this is the best way we can gauge it, especially going up against this Northern Forces team. We probably came to this matchup with so much confidence playing up against another LATAM team, a few tiers below the last LATAM team that they played. But as we talk about when we're doing predictions, we're like, are we honestly sure about who's going to come out on top these weeks with these wins? Surely, right? Like, we get so many surprises, and we've had more than we were probably ready for. But, hey, we love a good shake-up. And now we're starting to see Northern Forces shake things up finally and get themselves on the board, Colin.
Needed to get at least one round under their belt here, make it 3-1. They're going to be able to do as much as they can to kind of get back into this one. Got 2 more rounds to go just to try to tie it up here. We will go into round 4 with a still, like I said, a 3-1 round count lead. Northern Forces needs to continue on the good foot here in this next round. We'll see them come out of spawn, go into the top side of the map. Toxiq, we're going to be on board with him as he goes to secondary. Throw this flash across the pillar. Stunned out right there. Cellz has an opportunity here. They're going to try to answer back with a shot toward the backside. Cellz is going to get one. Lava's going to get the down on the NotClaw, and then they're going to pick up the double kill. One more to worry about. That's Toxiq himself. He goes down. He's taken out 3-2.
All right, Northern Forces, they're starting to get together here. Finding something that works in their aggression. Same aggression from the previous few rounds, but this time around, they're hitting the shots. They're being there for each other. And, you know, they're finally able to kind of clean up the kills. So, good job to them there. Now, here we go. As we head into the next round, you're going to see a 4 up top with both of our rosters. And we kind of prophesized that we wasn't going to see a lot of down low action. We felt like these squads need not overcomplicate things with the higher tier strategies. Lava goes down right away, gets the down. Cellz gets the double cleanup. He's looking for 4. He should be able to get it. His team won't give him the ace though.
Beautiful 3rd round there. Cellz had to answer back. He gets a beautiful double as he bounces across that secondary spot. The first one on the up A. Cellz. The first one with the up A. The second one with the double bounce, followed by the secondary up A. They are getting a little bit more loose here. They're able to help out Cellz. That might be something they have to lean into a little bit more. is lancering out for him, giving him the chance for the one-shot chunks, the one-shot downs, whatever it may be. This is Kenny going to the top side of the map again, toward that back pillar. Cellz stacks up at that secondary position. Big body shot. We get 2 players out of position here. Beautiful snub fire from that secondary, man. If this was Ultimate Edition, that could have damn well near been a headshot.
Head off. Yep. Definitely with the extra team support, you know, headshots on Clocktower was game changing, man. You had somebody play that secondary position, they were your best player, bro. Get some headshots there on that line, just shimmying up and down. Body shot just to double down. 4v2 on the map for Digital Slayers. It's a 2v1 up top. They're trying to quickly clear out player 5 from the cover, but NotClaw not going to keep himself in a bad position. He actually turns around and put out some more damage. Oh. They get the kills that they need. NotClaw comes away with the victory on Rocky. I was going to say, Rocky gets that kill on the back. He can easily get back to his teammate in time for the revive, make it a 2v2. When it was all said and done, it's Digital Slayers keeping that momentum, okay? Not giving his lead up to Northern Forces.
They saw the, you saw the brain there, the brain working of Cellz. He was going to go for the shot, the stutter step to try to make him miss the first shot so that he could get the double shot down, maybe pick the meat shield. Those 2 kills come through. It's very quickly a 2v2 on this time, though. It's going to be round number 8. Looking to make it 4-4. Smokz are going to come out. They're going to Lancer out toward that backside. Toxiq is going to drop a flash at his feet. NotClaw is going to go down to the Lancer fire. Here comes Cellz looking for a shot of his own on the front side. He's going to try to walk it to him. Revive's coming abound left, right, and center, but only a kill coming through for Digital Slayers right now. Rocky missing the first shot. Now looking for a chance to get a secondary shot. All 4 players alive. Toxiq is going to get tagged up here. He's going to go to the backside of the planter. Kenny's going to try to pressure out toward this. Gets the up way. He's going to be shot on from behind. Goes to pick that meat shield. Gets it off as well. And will get most of his health back. He's down to 60%. He's going to try to continue to engage that fight at the truck. Rocky just continuing to hold his spot here. There's going to be Kenny shots toward that bottom side of the stairwell, looking for a rollout. Kenny, very good at this side of the map. He's been playing it for quite some time, probably longer than just about anybody in history. Rocky,
that's what I wanted to see. Give me one more.
Body shot there to the back pillar player. Needs Lava to rotate over. Lava has to rotate over. There's the help on the revive. He's going to try to get Rocky up, but Rocky, he's going to get a headshot again. 2v1. Smokz last alive for his squad.
Yo, he's rocking that left hand. Oh, he gets the cleanup 1v1. Talk about the shimmy, the little baby strafe. You talk about 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He ain't never leaving a fight. There's Rocky taking some shots as he's running away, trying to fake it, but Smokz trying to close the gap. This is where Rocky has to be careful with his weapon selection. You can also bait your opponent out by just switching to your snipe. He sees that snipe on the cover, he's gonna play up. You gotta walk it out, bro.
Do you have any shots left?
Oh, he playing guitar over there.
Well, he hasn't even switched over to the long shot, so I don't know if he has any shots left to go for a body shot. Yeah, if he would have had one, I'd have pulled it out to try to get the body shot on the player rotating into that overtime.
I want to bait the guy out, but he don't get the angle. He's gonna give up a right hand. It's just switch covers, dog. Just switch covers, bro. One time. Just switch it. There you go. Now take the fight.
Big first shot by Rocky.
Take the fight. There you go. Take it with your chest.
To him. You gotta hit that shot. It's 5-3. Northern Forces 1 round away from being down 2-0 to Digital Slayers. Unbelievable performance there. Smokz forces Rocky. The second shot miss after a beautiful first shot to give him a damage advantage in the 1v. What an incredible turn of events. We come into round number 9, Blaze.
Oh, man. Are we going to get to the round 11 is the real question. Or is Digital Slayers going to go up 2-0 in this series? Multiple flashes out. They'll stun the players in the back. Rocky will be aggressive. He can't get the snipe and get out. They have to worry about the flank, and they will successfully defend against it. It's a 3v3. Rocky couldn't get the trade. 3v2. Lava just barely gets out, but the sniper's watching Colin. Now, Kenny on the back pillar trying to cause some havoc, cause some commotion. Lava steps up, but now he's in a difficult spot. He needs the help from Kenny on a secondary. He gets the help. Does he have enough bullets in his Lancer for the second down?
Lava was keeping his head down as much as possible, knowing the position he was in. Kenny's going to try to bounce out of this, but he's going to go down. He's going to go out. They're going to take him down and out, and that's going to be 6-3. Northern Forces fall on Clocktower to Digital Slayers. We will go to a map 3 with a 2-0 lead for Digital Slayers.
They are playing the tune of victory, but can they finish their set? Or are they going to just blow the speakers out? Don't worry, folks. When we come back, we're heading on over towards Harbor Escalation and see if Digital Slayers can finish this track. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears of War Pro League as we are about to head into map number 3 between Digital Slayers and Northern Forces, where Digital Slayers looking to make history. All right, Colin, as they're trying to come away with their first win. And I think it'll be one of the first times in which we have had a pro league where we don't have a winless team at the end of the season. They said it won't be us, okay? It ain't gonna be us. We're gonna fight back. Just imagine, you know, Cassidy and Pale come out on top, Digital Forces come out on top, what these standings will look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
So we're not gonna have another People's Champ. We got it. That's the big fight to me. That is the turning point fight.
You don't want to be down.
You gotta hit.
You don't want to be the worst team
shot
in Gears
if you're
history.
Rocky.
Yeah, you don't want to be that.
No, my man just put worst team in Gears history on their shoulders.
Yeah, you know, we don't want none of that. Nah, the worst. He said who the worst team in Gears history was, and I don't believe that.
Is it People's Champ or Discipline? Who was it?
Discipline was, man, well, what about attitude, though? Okay, that's something that we got to talk about.
What about any
Respecting
team
the
that
refs.
has me on it? That's got to be the worst team. It's got to be worse.
I play with you a lot, and I cannot accept that, okay, that I'm a part of the worst team. Come on,
right, that's
Colin.
fine.
We got to have some balance there, all right?
Look, I just know that I've done some shady stuff in tournaments where I might have paid off domes to let me win a round 2 matchup. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But like, hey, have me looking good out here. Don't have me looking out here in the trenches, looking bad and stuff.
That ain't in the trenches. Look, $1 Million Man said it best. Every man's got a price. Every man has got a price.
That is true, all right? And you just got to come out and figure out what that is. But we'll tell you one thing. You know, you may be able to pay your way to victory, but we know that feeling, it don't hold, okay? It's not a good one. It don't get to your soul. And if it make you feel good,
this is good. I'm feeling it right now.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, it's just ugly. All right. My headphones fell off. But yeah, so all right. So now we got to move into this third map of the series, and Northern Forces, Colin, after we've watched them so far for 2 maps, what do you feel like they need to do here in this escalation, or, you know, do what Rise did tonight?
Dude, I don't want to echo a very generic Gears sentiment, but Jesus Christ,
What is he gonna do?
hit a shot.
Hit a shot. It always comes down to
like
that, right?
when they won the 3 rounds in a row, Cellz was just obliterating dudes. And then all of a sudden they start losing rounds again, and it's because nobody's getting kills. Nobody's getting downs. They're just 3 pellets, a couple Lancer, 3 pellets. And it's that nobody's getting those big body shots. Digital Slayers ain't missed, it feels like.
Yeah, that's what it does feel like, okay? And they're just building off of that momentum, building off the confidence, map after map, fight after fight. And now they're getting to this point where they're like, yo, they're not gonna fight back. They gonna let us get away with this. They gonna let us run to the bank with this check, okay? With the check of pride, with the check of community respect. Hey, Digital Slayers, we'll see if they can cash it. On the flip side, Northern Forces looking to void that check out. They'll send 2 top stern, and they got Digital Slayers pinched between the winch. But Smokz, as he goes down, Toxiq, he'll step up to try to save him. Sulfuss is going to have to back up just a little bit more. Lava already on top of his opponent's home hill, causing commotion. He'll rejoin the cavalry, and now they set the trap for Toxiq. They're going to be on a home hill, but no one's at B. I like this play from NotClaw. Oh, but he doesn't get to the home hill. Who's crossing him? Somebody on the other side of the map. Oh, he had to check up in his 1v1. And there's the trip cap coming on through, and it will be official. Northern Forces on the board first.
Northern Forces, they got to win that round 1, try to get some of this momentum into their favor. They get it under their belts. Curious to see what these first initial kind of weapon placements will be for both of these squads, because as we go into round 2, we've seen it earlier, the Torque Bow changed the genetic makeup of the map, and Rise had to readjust for the second half of the matchup. So Boltok placed down very quickly by Northern Forces. Answered back by what out of the side? Boltok. Okay, So we are just standard right now. Digital Slayers aren't going to get crazy just yet.
Not yet. Not yet. No point of turning up the heat. You're going to have to a little bit. You can still turn up the heat in this round by being just a little bit more aggressive. Trying to give your opponent some of that same energy they gave you round number 1 with that quick domination. As you're going to start to see, ooh, Rocky, he gets the first blood. Cellz finds one as well. NotClaw did get a kill, but now Kenny, he'll get a clutch revive, and you will start to see Northern Forces able to spread out. They'll have the high ground. But Lava, will he get the help he need on Toxiq? He should. Yeah, Toxiq doesn't get out the situation.
So Blaze, to clarify for everybody at home so that we can get a complete look at a statistical breakdown of historical standings. The last time we had a pro league that didn't have a winless team, a la a team that went 0-4, had the donut at the end of pro league, was Gears 5 Season 1 of the NA Alpha Pro League. The 4 teams that were in the Alpha Pro League for Season 1. That was NRG, Team Reciprocity, Rise, and the legendary team name, Freeburger.
So the winless team, who was the winless team?
Nobody. That's the last time we didn't have a winless team.
Oh, that's the last time.
Literally ever since then we've had somebody had a winless team.
Hey, that's... Yo, it's been a long time, okay?
Fun fact, real quick. Go look at that Rise roster and tell me the one constant for Rise.
Avexis? I don't even need to look at it.
That's right. Think about that Avexis has been with that org as long as he has.
The entirety.
Think about how much that meant to him.
He went from Panda Global,
okay?
He went from Panda Global to Rise. He ain't never left.
Man said Panda Global. A certain names just make me giggle. I'm sorry. Panda Global will always be one of them. Rocky's going to get that decap there, and he's going to back off. Sulfuss is maybe going to chow this hill again. He is just outside of his own spawn, so Rocky has to be careful not to end up in a 2v1. Opposite side of the map, it looks like Northern Forces have a 3v1. NotClaw will go down, and they will have the B and the C hill under the control. They're going to start to rotate out toward Rocky up at the top side of the stern here moments later.
All right, Rocky. He gets the help that he needs from Cellz, and they're able to push on through the stern. Down low, you see players from Northern Forces, Digital Slayers having to push through against Lava, but Lava has the help. That Boltok hit, but Lava knows that he's too weak to actually make the play, showing that composure. Oh! Gosh. Yo, when he had the single hand shot right there, the quick switch, the spectator glitch. I was like, no way in hell he pushing him with this pistol out. No way. See,
he had to drop his
okay?
smokes. He had to drop his smokes for that, by the way.
Drop his smokes? What?
One of the ways you can get that glitch to pull up is you drop your utility grenade right off rip. Like you quick switch over the snub and then you hold up on the D and drop the smokes or flash out of your utility.
Oh, okay.
Setup, you quick switch over to the Nasher and it's just one-handed Nasher.
Man, that just looks so weird because you think somebody pushing with a pistol and you're like, yo, you crazy, but it's like the jig is up. Joke's on you. Shot him to the body.
That, my man. Literally lifted like early 60 pounds.
Hey, man, relatable. Cellz, top stern. Not contested. Well, he is contested, but no one was up here off the start. Sulfuss gets a great stun. Here comes Smoke with the shotty out once again.
Yep, he's just running around with the shot. You notice he hasn't had a utility grenade.
Nah, where's he putting it? Is he giving it to somebody?
He's just dropping it and somebody's probably picking it up.
Okay. You know, for strategic purposes, I don't blame him. You know, maybe you want to give that second stun to someone down low to be able to use it on the top winch, but honestly, when it comes down to gear strategy, everyone needs to be able to toss their own nade at a certain point, you know? Sometimes it just takes a little bit too much time to transition that nade over based off the timings of the initial. High risk, high reward. And looking at the scoreboard, they ain't being rewarded for anything. NotClaw here. Pushing up, stun, trying to dodge the shots, but undodgeable situation with the amount of players that was looking towards him. The home hill will be protected from Digital Slayers officially, as Smokz will be able to win that 1v1. Now they got to make a play with this retro, move out around the map, find some more control. More importantly, they got to take Rocky off this winch position.
They're going to continue to have to deal with a headache here. 2v2 at the bottom side of the map. 2v1 up toward the winch. Lava down low. Can't really challenge up towards Smokz because of that Retro Lancer. They have a 2-player placement up here. Rocky might have to win a 1v1 against Sulfuss. Sulfuss is going to try to take a better position here. He's going to realize that he can get pushed by 2. He's going to pull back toward his teammate. It's going to be a big 2v2 up here. If it's won by Northern Forces, they can come back in the round. If it's not, Digital Slayer should be able to make this 2-1 quick, fast, and in a hurry. Lava goes down to the bottom. He's taken out 3v4 on the map right now. And there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It is now officially going to be 2-1 because, I mean, they are just overwhelming the forces of Northern Forces, the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, they truly are. Now, Northern Forces looking for something, okay? They got enough. Well, they don't have enough, but they're looking for something more, and with that kill coming through against K-Bounce, it's just slowed down everything in which they wanted to do. Lava will be able to make it to this cover, put himself in position, and he's, he tried it. He tried to time that as he was moving up to the edge, but it's going to be a Northern Forces victory in round number 3. Tried to get that style points.
Digital Slayer's victory.
Oh, sorry, Digital Slayer's victory.
It's that blue that blue has got you messed up. I know it does the same thing to me.
Yeah, it's
the colors. You see the Northern Forces up at the top.
It's called blue too.
Yeah,
it's
killing me. It's killing me.
Yeah, it's Carmine blue up there too. You know, they did it on purpose to.
Carmine is a red color.
No, I said it's Carmine blue.
I know, but Carmine itself is a red color. It's actually named for the namesake of the the shirt color of the Star Trek red shirts is Carmine. Hence why they named Carmine because he's a disposable red shirt like they are in Star Trek.
Oh,
you know that? Did you know that?
I did not know that. You have officially blown our minds, Colin. Can we give him a round of applause?
One of my favorite little Easter egg type
Did anyone else know that? Did anyone else know that? Disposable like a red shirt from Star Wars, as we
Star
know.
Star Trek. Don't get me in trouble. Don't get me in trouble.
We know how disposable Carmine can be. We've been through multiple versions of Carmines throughout the years, and you know, stormtroopers are dependable. And I don't know how many stormtroopers we got. I mean, Gears characters we got named after stormtroopers, but you know, Carmine still falls in that category.
I think there's an Easter egg for one of the satellite stations in Gears 5. I think it's TK421, which is one of the season cells in New Hope. Yeah. By the way, I'm out of my. I'm literally losing my brain cells thinking of all the Easter eggs I can think of. But right here, Northern Forces is looking to try to win a round to get it up 3-1. But Kenny's going to go down trying to finish off that triple cap domination. They're up 2-1 in Hills right now. And B and C still under control of Northern Forces. 4v3 on the map right now, as a matter of fact. Sulfuss might wait for his teammate to try to go on the flank, but beautiful angle there from the winch. Rocky's going to realize he's going to get pushed from behind. He needs to wait for his teammate. No reason to take this by yourself here, Rocky. There's the rotation over. Cellz is with him now. They get the shot over the top. They get the kill as well. They will move over to A and get at least the decap there.
At least the decap. Keep this one alive. Keep the points in their favor. Give them some time to work with, as the Hills are now 1-1, but now they're 1-0 in favor of Northern Forces. Soon to be 3-0, equating to the domination, and with that hold on a home hill, it will come through. Northern Forces just charging forward, 3-1 so far, and now we got to ask ourselves, how is Digital Slayer, as we enter this second half, how do they want to switch it up? I'm thinking about weapon placements now, as we see mix-up on the map. That bow tie down low, we know how powerful it is, you know, putting it in the player's hands. And the fact that Digital Slayers don't have one says a lot, but maybe they'll be able to get the snipe up top and say, you know, we're cool without it. Yep, there's the snipe. Digital Slayer is going to start focusing all their attention to the high portion of the map, and we'll see if this strategy works out.
Long shot up top. Shocks for both teams as well. Everybody's going to be going up to the top side of the stern. It's going to be a 4v4 up there. Both teams will send one player over to pick up the shock grenade. This is going to be Cellz first to the fight at the top of the E-hill. Taking over that back position, and he's uncontested because Digital Slayers, they wanted to take a 3v2 at the bottom side of the winch, and the jig is up.
Cellz, what is he going to do? Can't do anything. Power weapon picked up. Oh, what a quick turnaround. He does get down. His teammate has to wait for the revive or take the long route. He's like, I'm coming, dog. Don't worry about it. It's just, you know, I don't want to go around the pillar. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, we got to cap up too as well.
He's already got his 10,000 steps. He doesn't need any more.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder. Now Smokz is gonna back up and play it just like that, utilizing his sniper, playing a distance. They know exactly where he is. Trying to take the head off of Cellz. Gets the body shot on Lava. Solid shot from the side, but he got too close, Colin.
Swing. What a swing from Cellz right there. He was just swinging at air, hoping to hit that body shot, and ends up getting the chunk. NotClaw is going to win the fight from behind. Kenny's going to bounce back in. He's going to get taken down as he rolls in. D-Hill, the only one under contestation right now, in favor of Northern Forces. 2-1 Hills, we will go. Digital Slayers will be maintaining and providing supplemental support for their lead at this point in the round as we get up over the 125 to 90 point marker. I am now absolutely enunciating every single syllable in every word I'm about to say. Sulfuss hits a massive body shot there, back A onto the downed player. Now looking for Lava inside of that mark, hits the final body shot for the down. Sulfuss with a 3-piece looking for 4. Kenny is hurt. They give it to Sulfuss as well. Beautiful quad kill by Sulfuss, even with the extra help from his teammates.
And they got him staggered again. Player 1 needs to get on the move, y'all. He needs to put some pressure on that D-Hill down low, Colin. He can't keep giving Northern Forces the looks they want up top without putting pressure on the hill. And he's finally made a play. He has finally caused a lot of commotion to happen. But I think he was a little bit too late because if he's down there a little bit quicker, as those players come off the respawn, they don't stack up top, right? They have to come to the hill. They have to come out to the open, which will allow Digital Slayers to start picking up on those kills. But even with the slow rotation, they have the win condition if player 4 can stay alive.
2 players are down over at E-Hill.
It's all good.
None of this is all like cool.
Yeah, okay. That's why I got you here, okay? You know, I don't, you know, sometimes, you know, I can't take a look at the mini-map.
When I'm in full analyst mode, I almost don't even watch the screen. I'm just watching the kill feed and the mini map. It's like the whole middle of the screen is
because that tells the story.
I'm like, what's going on here? That tells the story
at the end of the day.
Hello. I feel like the what's the dude's name from the first Ghostbusters with the glasses? That's who I feel like. I feel like him as an accountant, where I'm just talking about all the different win differentials and scenarios that can be happening in my head at 1,000,000 miles a minute.
Yeah, that's actually kind of fun. That's why I like Sudoku. You know what I'm saying? Like
figuring out which number goes where at all times.
Yeah, at all times. I'm always thinking about 2-3 columns at once. It's really actually very therapeutic.
Yo, now, that's a big back A by Rocky to get the kill on Sulfuss. Now we get the double.
He gets 2.
Oh, he's gonna get that first shot on the Lava. Needs the third one to connect. Hits the reaction. Jesus.
Almost.
Talk about Kanye over here. Jesus was
close, ain't
on
enough.
His side.
Close ain't enough.
Oh, only in horseshoes and hand grenades is when almost count.
Ooh, they survive. With a big 1v1 on top of the home hill coming out for Sulfuss. Even though he goes down, there's the revive. Smokz needs to win this. A little bit too short there. Northern Forces 1 round away from taking map number 3 and getting their first map in this series. And they fall hard, okay? I thought as we went into it with that, I thought we went into it with at least the Botox going down low in that last win, and Northern Forces was going to be able to kind of stack on top and build off of that. But Rocky had different plans, okay? Hitting 2 difficult shots off his left hand to kick off that round. And honestly, from there, Northern Forces never looked back, Colin.
Well, here's the problem is Northern Forces, they got to not just win this next round. They got to win 2 more maps after this. They're in the same spot that Rise was in earlier, where they got to win 3 straight maps. Incendiary shock on the side of Northern Forces. Digital Slayers 1 utility placement behind because they were the team that placed out the long shot up top at the E-Hill. Once again, we will have a 4v4. He's going to come across with the stuns. Northern Forces will send the bulk of their forces to the top stern, but NotClaw, or excuse me, Smokz is going to get that double shot onto Rocky, and Cellz is going to go down to a very cheeky angle. Unbelievable circumstances. Kenny tries to bounce up to save him, but once again, this is just an overwhelm from the side of Digital Slayers in the initial.
Yes, it is, and they just outpowered Northern Forces there off the start. Great shot so far. They got the sniper in hand as well. Charging for the home hill. Big kill. That should lock the round in. Little pistol shots on Cellz. Digital Slayers. Whoa, whoa. They staying in the map 1 round away from getting that tie. We'll see if they can do it, Colin.
It's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, Digital Slayers has had the answer every round for whatever Northern Forces wanted to do.
They did, you know. And, you know, that's the one thing is I love about them and their decisiveness, putting that sniper down early. They're going to finally get themselves a retro lancer to upgrade, but this is where the block has to, you block the shock, yeah. You block the shock this round, try to get that tie. And you know one thing is that they're going to be forced to try to go for that upgrade on the... If they don't upgrade, right? This is the bad part about building that shock first, because if Digital Slayers doesn't upgrade to that incinerating and they choose to block, then I think things get a little more problematic for them. But we'll see. They'll be okay with just having a retro. That should be fine. NotClaw goes wide with Smokz. Kenny's down between the winch and the stern. Solid shots. They go in. There's the trade. There's the double down. A cleanup from afar. All 4 members up top. Toxiq stays alive. Repositions, buys time for the flank. The damage is there.
Alive. And again, Northern Forces cannot get kills, but they have to get them. This has been the story of the night for me. Just every time Northern Forces has to find a kill, has to find a chunk or a brick. They don't get it. They have no hope to win this matchup if they cannot find a way to solidify kills at times. Cellz is going to try to double bounce and find one, but he's going to force a team kill. Then he goes down next. Cellz finds the third one. Now it's going to be Smokz' chance, and he's going to get the kill onto Cellz. Teammate here with him as well. Smokz with the long shot in hand will continue to load that bad boy up and be ready for the next retake coming out of Northern Forces.
Oh, this is there. Now he has to back up. He gets one shot, then he may have to pull out a pistol. He needs to connect with his body. There you go. Pistol out. Try to go for that down. The help is there. The flank is coming in, and Kenny makes a play. It's a 3v2. The forces at the top of the stern. They'll force back NotClaw and Smokz. Trying to get the headshot at the top. Can't save his teammate. He's going to keep the snipe for now. With 2 shots, he's going to look across map towards Cellz. Does he know? Oh, yeah, his teammates give him a call out. Says, don't peek your head up. Cellz will shift towards the middle. Smokz, what can you do with this power weapon?
Looking for the top angle here on a Rocky. Rocky's going to continue to just put a snub shot or 2 into him before rotating out. Now looking toward the bottom of the map as 2 players looking to overwhelm the Ethel. Now inside of that left. He's going to get a shot on the Kenny and kills him. Home hill to home hill stretch enacted by Digital Slayers.
Oh, now he's playing his corner, but he has to watch out from his right. He feels the pressure. He goes deep in the spawn. I actually like this play, Colin. Misses the body shot, but he can go for the edge. He doesn't have to stay here. Help is coming. Oh, he gets the kill. That's a huge one. It keeps a 2-to-1 advantage for Digital Slayers. They're trying to take a 2v1 against Kenny. They'll probably try to rotate the map back up to E, and I think this would be a great play for them just to keep the hill and then work for their home hill back. The nade gets no one, but the damage is there. Will it be enough? Not to get both kills. He needs the meat. He won't get close enough for the meat. And Lava makes a huge play. We're in the late game. No hills in favor of Digital Slayers. NotClaw, you have to be the hero. Oh, the revive! Oh, Rocky gets 2, and that's the map. As Northern Forces will clutch up in the late game, 5-3. I almost thought we had a round 9 there for a second. We saw so many huge 1v1s at the end there, Colin, but Rocky himself with the 1-2 combo at the end locks in that domination and the MVP as well.
I mean, they had to get some kind of production out of somebody. It just, again, it seems like such a big differential. The way that Northern Forces are just not coming out on top of any of these big team fights. It seems like at any map, at any mode, they're causing me stress, Blaze. Like, I am stressing out right now, and I'm dying from it.
Oh, man. You know, hey, it's nail biters, right? You know, every single one at the end. You know, and even so, too, as well. Like, they're stressing you out because you want to see them pick up the easy kills that they should when they get into the position that they need to, when they get the high ground here off the initial. But even when players are going down, Digital Forces, they just showcase a little bit of better teamwork in some of the rounds. In the end, Northern Forces, they come out on top. They figured out how to get it done. They got scrappy at the end. And, hey, they gathered the intel that they needed for victory.
Now they got to beat them in a control, going into, I believe it was Ritual?
Yes. It's it's Ritual. Yeah. For sure. Yep, we're going
We'll
to
find out in
Ritual.
a few seconds anyway, because they're about to
I know for a
replay
fact
with
it's
the
Ritual.
rats.
I'm saying it with my chest. It's Ritual, okay? And so, but even when we head on over towards Ritual, the way the Digital Slayers have been playing, man, you almost got to favor them.
I mean, why would they have been chunking out left and right, my dude? They have been hitting, like, they are just bricking people. There are so many times where it took Herculean efforts from one player on Northern Forces to either keep them alive or win them rounds. Going into a game mode where Digital Slayers, with as many shots as they're already hitting, are just going to be able to run as head down as possible as they want at every fight because there's infinite respawns. Like, they are well within their right to win this 3-1 if Northern Forces don't come out firing on all cylinders in Ritual.
Agreed. And Northern Forces, they got to do that. They had a close control game in map number 1. Outside of a few of those later hills, actually, it's not even the later hills. I just think in the early game, they found themselves in a hole that they tried to come back from, and they almost got out that hole. Okay, I think they were like a point away from getting out that hole and really having a lead in that Speyer control. But those last 2.5 hills went in the way of Digital Slayers. So we're coming back to our second control map, and Northern Forces. We saw them put on a clinic against PK last week when they played this map, and it was off the back of Cellz' individual plays with the bow. Also, Northern Forces getting up. Once they were in the lead, they knew exactly how to rotate the map. They knew exactly when to take their numbers, which fights that they had to back up from, work as a team. And they also understood the vibe and the flow of that map to the point where, hey, we can get loose, okay? We got a lead. We can play around. We can just keep stacking up our momentum. And they did that for that 3-0 victory. But they got to do it now for the 3-0 comeback.
I mean, it's going to be an impressive run if they can pull it off. Going into Ritual, you got to start things with that Ritual, that altar hill, really. You got to come out, try to win that initial torque bow, and then try to dominate the first and second point. I think Ritual is one of those maps that can kind of snowball, whereas on a lot of other control maps, you can try to have two or three hills back-to-back in the middle of the map to try to come back into it. I see more often than not, Ritual either stays very close or it snowballs away from a team. If you win points 1 and 2, you can kind of snowball away from a team and kind of get it out of their grasp. While the other team might get some points back eventually, they might get into the 100 to 150 marker. I don't necessarily see it being one of those maps where you get great big comebacks. So for the side of Northern Forces, they need to start out very, very perfect on their side. Very great offense, better team rotations, better team shots, because they need to win points 1 and 2, in my opinion.
They definitely do. And then the COG team, I do believe, has the more advantageous side to kick off this map. And who gets COG? Is it the team that picks the map?
No, not the team that picks the map. So last game, it was Northern Forces got to host and was COG. So excuse me, Northern Forces was Locust. I say Swarm. They were Swarm. Sorry, we're Gears 5. Swarm. They were Swarm. So that means Digital Slayers were COG and hosted the map. So now we'll move over to a Northern Forces host with them playing as COG.
Yes, they will. Okay. Yep. Exactly. Correct. So, hey, well, that's a good start for Northern Forces to be able to have that right hand as they fight for that hill and kind of defend from the flank that Digital Forces may be bringing their way. But we'll see how that initial breaks down. Hey, I think that if we're going to call out anyone, I think we're going to call out Cellz to have a repeat performance like he did last week. And also, too, Rocky had a big game, the last one, and then for that escalation, right? So he needs to continue off that performance that he had there because he played really well. And we talked about how someone had to step up and win those fights, and it was Rocky in that last map. So he can't falter, and he needs one more person to really join his side here, and I think he's going to get that. He has a lot of great options, rather if it's going to be Lava or Kenny or Cellz.
I think what we got to see is how well they do with the power weapons. Who, for the side of Northern Forces, is going to try to pick it up and try to collapse some kills for their side with the torque bow? Because we've seen how much the torque bow changes the complexity and the complexion of this map in general. If you can have a player that's getting 2 to 3 kills per torque bow pickup, you're getting such great relevancy out of that weapon and such great return on investment with that weapon.
That's true.
That you really have to start keeping an eye on when it's coming back. Are we rotating over to it? Who has it? When do they have it? How many builds do they have left? That's one of the things that just I think always stands out to me is how these teams decide to take and use that torque bow. I'm curious to see who on the side of Northern Forces is going to be the player using it.
Yeah, it should be Cellz, right? If it's not Cellz, it's gonna be Lava, or it could be. Honestly, the whole team is good with the bow. If we're being honest, like they're good with it. Okay, it just comes down to who's picking it up and who's hitting shots, who's gonna be in position, right? Because you know it's really about the flow of the map when it starts. If you got somebody that's hot, let them have it. Also, too, if you're in a position where you have to be in a position to hold a spawn point, hold some high ground, hold a spawn, you know, then you need to be there and just let your other teammate pick it up, right? And you better just hope that he hits the shots that he needs. But one thing is about this map on Ritual, the nades is just as strong as the bow sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have two options at power weapons being picked up. We know that one. It just comes down to how you're going to be able to utilize them going into this map. You know, we've seen leads be blown already today. We've seen teams rise up. And, you know, the way that this series is going to go, we don't know. Okay? But we ready and we strapped in to get into it as I'm rumbling in my chair. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and you about to be rumbling on the sticks right after this one, Colin. Okay?
Gonna be a good
we
time.
Better be.
Gonna be a good time.
I'll call your wife and say, hey, I need them.
Don't. All right, that won't get me in trouble. She'll probably be like, if it's you calling, she'll be like, how did he get my number? And I'll be like, I gave it to everybody in the family. If he calls, it's an emergency. We're all going. If Blaze calls, we're all going.
Because when I ring the bat line, it's important because I don't just ring nobody, okay? My friends know that. All right, I ain't been a good friend. I need to call y'all more. I love y'all, you know, but Blaze being Blaze World, okay? I call it Guys World. Like Bobby's World, I be in Guys World.
That show is the best, okay?
So this and half the chat don't even know it. Actually, I think all of our Rise fans know it because our Rise fans are all OGs.
Yeah, I hear that.
I wonder what the average age of a Rise gaming fan is. Rise gaming, Rise Nation fan.
Rise gaming, Rise. No, just Rise now. Just Rise.
Yeah, Rise. It ain't no nation involved. Okay, it ain't none at the end of that because they first. All right, it's just Rise.
Do they have here with the Smokz out for everybody. Rocky and Cellz trying to take that back pillar. Like I said, if you've got that right-hand advantage, you've got to play out to that. Big body shot. Way to wait for your teammates to clean them up. Rocky's hitting every shot possible. That's the kind of start you need. 4-0, clean sweep, and you get the torque bow, and they're already looking toward where those fragmentation grenades spawn. Kenny will miss the first one. He'll bounce out, get back into the hill, start to stack up these points for their favor.
That's like you said it perfectly. That was what we expected from from Northern Forces playing up on the cog side of the map. And another bow coming out from Kenny. Has two to work with. He'll roll away, uses the smoke, has one bow if he wants to put it on the back end of that cover, but he has to protect himself first. He knows that this is a shoddy situation. You go wide, you put out damage, and you know your teammates is having that same intensity for you all to clean up those kills. The first two players of Digital Slayers off the respawn will make a play for the cog spawn, and they'll get their entire team to spawn up with them. But it's scrap time on old, so they're exactly where they want to be to kind of rebuttal off this first hill and get 52 points for themselves. Hopefully 53.
Hold these positions. They're going to move into this next angle here in just a moment. Kenny with one bolt left. I think this bolt needs to go to the 90 degree. They need to move him out to the middle of the map. He doesn't have as many angles as you think from in here. There we go. Kenny's going to straight move up. He's going to try to find that player rotating back into the hill. Now he's going to get the call out to Sulfuss, maybe pushing up the 1v1. This is the bow towards Sulfuss. Rocky won't be able to engage that just yet. Cellz is engaged at the front of the hill. First body shot connects. Second one does not. Here comes the retake from the side of Northern Forces. The misroll comes out. They get the double down. They get the double kill as well. Stacking up every point possible here through P1 and P2. Smokz will come back into this position and stack up with shots over the top.
And he's just trying to get these marks. You see him feathering that trigger on Rocky. No one is there to even put any other pressure on Rocky, but everyone there is for Northern Forces to get him focused in that corner. Kenny knows he has to play out wide. Ain't no revives coming through, at least on the side of Digital Slayers. Northern Forces, they're there for each other. Ooh-wee! 3 kills for NotClaw as he shuts down Northern Forces, and with 29 seconds left in the hill, Digital Slayers will start getting some points on the flippy, and the COG squad, they're just saying that, hey, play for next, okay? We'll give him that one. He earned it.
Looking for this next shot. Cellz is already in position to try to hold down the close respawn of P3. 12 seconds left. They're going to wait for this respawn to come out as well. Once they drop that meat shield, NotClaw was coming back off of the respawn. Let's see where he comes out at. As 2 players are dead. The slide of Digital Slayers. Now everybody back alive. 2 players at the altar, 2 players at the nades. 2 on one side of the map, 2 on the other. 2 more bolts left for Rocky. Looking through the big window. Here's the active out. Gets the shot on the Smokz, and that's picture perfect.
Picture perfect torque bow right there. Point advantage in favor of Northern Forces. Power weapon advantage in favor of the Northern Forces. Man advantage in favor of the Northern Forces. Everything is looking up for them. Let's see how they want to hold this setup. Digital Slayers trying to stack up. Going from 100 megabytes to a whole gig right now, going into the hill, but will it be fast enough? Will it be adequate?
What a wrap. Ooh. Almost is the second. Big body there, though. That's unbelievable. Brody straight for the cover cancel. Gets a secondary. They spawn at the close respawn. Rocky's going to get flanked out here by Sulfuss. Sulfuss and a teammate to the backside of this hill. See what they're able to do here. As Sulfuss is pushing out, and he's going to go down. Toxiq looking to the front side of the map. Won't be able to find Cellz just yet. Let's see what he can do now with the next retake. Toxiq is going to rotate over to his teammate. 2 different pairs of 2s. Rocky looking for the easy one-shot chunk on the Smokz, but he gets chunked out instead. Smokz rotating back for his own second kill. Lava gets back aid. Now Smokz rotates around, gets a secondary kill. This is pretty much it if they lose this retake before P4 will come up. Smokz with another big double slide. Will get a tertiary kill. Looking to pressure out toward Kenny. He's going to go down.
Now you got Toxiq trying to join the fight. NotClaw on the flank. He takes down Rocky. That bowl was backpacked. Mission accomplished there for NotClaw. Just making sure that power weapon advantage was not in play. But on the flip side, you got Cellz picking up the nades. So he keeps 1 power weapon advantage for him. Throws 1 on the ground. No kills coming through. That's an easy cleanup there on Smokz with the help of Lava. Cellz was about to get that nade a toss. He'll hold it even longer, knowing that it's not time for the nade. The hill's not under threat just yet. The battles are happening on the outskirts, but now he knows his flank is open. Has to clear this player out the corner. A little misroll on the wall. They got caught. Cellz pushes through. Lots of shots on Sulfuss. He knows that that player's teammate is weak as well. He calls in for Lava for the help, but Lava has to worry about the flank. Cellz moves forward. Does he get the kill cleanup? He does. Does he stay alive? He will not, unless his teammates can get there in the nick of time. They won't be able to. 3v2, Digital Slayers, they'll push back Kenny and Rocky. Kenny on the edge. Kenny on the edge. NotClaw goes wide. Rocky's down. Digital Slayers will continue to collect on time. Their defense looking a little bit stronger here. The connection is there. Now, Northern Forces, they're going to have to reconnect off the respawn. They get on the same page, though, Colin. They pick up 1 kill. They focus the 1 player out the corner. Now they can get a little bit of the scrap time. Player 8 at next, and he should get the spawns for his team, too, as well.
Sulfuss, he's going to rotate out here as that next hill will spawn up right behind him. He's going to have 2 teammates here. They're going to have to throw some flashes over to the top side of this hill. Now they see Sulfuss, smoke in front of him. Not going to be able to get into that position just yet. He's going to come off of respawn. Here comes the new set of utilities. First shot on the Cellz. Big body shot as well.
Everybody's stunned.
Everybody was stunned for just a moment, but nobody pressured up into that situation. All 4 players from Northern Forces out here. If you hop the cover, you're going to probably drop as soon as you hit the ground.
Boy, this Digital Slayers defense was the strongest SBC Yahoo DSL as it just crumbles here under the pressure. What? Okay. Hell. Now the bow is going to get picked up here by Rocky as he's going to start.
Excuse me?
Was I that disrespectful by saying that? Was that too much? Was it too much?
I don't know if you were disrespectful because I don't know what the hell you just said. That was like
you don't know what SBC Yahoo DSL is?
Again, you talking way too fast for me. You got to slow down from south of the Mason-Dixon, baby. You have to tell me that.
Hey, I'm happy y'all didn't have that internet connection on the farm is all I'm trying to say. Somebody in chat heard my gospel, all right? Now, Digital Slayers, as they finally are trying to make it to the hill, they get taken out. They're going to have to find themselves a new lane or just play for a new hill entirely. And I think that is the play. They get the spawns that they want on the other side of the map, so they can quickly make this rotation. As you see, Lava and Cellz anchored into the hill. 2 bowls there for Rocky. He's looking for these long angles. You see one bow hit the wall. I think the second one did. There's the second one. It's going to hit the body of Sulfuss, and Rocky gets the kill cleaned up as well. 3 down on the side of Digital Slayers, and now Northern Forces going to start spreading out and collecting some time. No power weapons for a while.
Enemy contact!
Yeah, see, we playing all that. I'll tell you what, my boy, we're coming over here to the next fight, to the next hill. 70 seconds to go on that one. 195 and counting, up over the 200-point marker here sooner rather than later. One player pushing in from the right-hand side. There's the smoke. One player in the neutralization position. Now we see what happens here after the up A from Rocky. Doesn't connect with the first shot. They do get the double body shot onto himself. Is still not down. They need to hit one more big body shot here. Rocky looking to get somebody down. Just target acquisition, Rocky. Follow your kill. If you've already hit him 3 times, why not a 4th?
It's too much. It's just too hard. You know, you got 8 shots for a reason. Remember you had 6? Maybe that's what he's thinking about. I don't even want to think about it, actually. Now Smokz is going to end up going wide. Only 2 shots left in his shotty. Not enough to work with. A full clip here for Toxiq. Ooh, Lava knew he had to hit that shot. He doesn't. That's probably 2 kills coming out for him. His opponent there. 72 points left in the hill. Kenny does have help. Sulfuss does not. He's taken out quickly. Rocky even has the bows. If I'm Smokz, I want him to use more of these bows right now. I'm baiting them. There you go. Bait another one, but Rocky knows better, especially with Cellz there and the entire cavalry, at least majority of them. They'll be able to push on through, get set for the next set of hills. Beautiful shot across map.
This is going to be a torpo by Rocky, looking across the big window. Won't be able to get anything there. No more bolts left in the chamber, so he has to switch over to the snub. Fragmentation grenades come out both to the backside of the altar. Lava has to roll out as well as his teammates. Both of the explosions go off without any kills, but they do upset the balanced order, or do upset the defensive stand of Northern Force. Big body shot over the top. There's the down. No revive comes through just yet. Kenny looking to finish both with the Lancer. Beautiful Lancer fire out of Kate Diaz, played by Kenny Bounce, the Chrome Steel Kate Diaz. Nonetheless, this is Cellz now. Trying to get this final kill onto Sulfuss. There's the down. There's no more need to chase him out. They're going to be able to sit back down on the hill.
All right.
Eyes on target.
Now, Kenny, as he's anchored up here towards the back, he gets a few shots off, but he knows he has a lot of pressure coming in from screen left. But his teammates, they're shutting it down. They get the down in no man's land. Someone has to walk up for that revive, a successful revive, but that player is weak. And this is where Northern Forces knows that they have to press up. You can't be passive in this situation. NotClaw almost walked away with a kill. Could have possibly opened the door for something possible, but couldn't get it done right there.
Smokz is moving toward P2 to set up with his teammate here. 4 players to the backside. 25 seconds in counting to victory. Northern Forces will not bleed that hill out. They're going to get a new torque bow, and they're going to get a new set of fragmentation grenades because, again, they're using their point advantage as basically another defender. They're using it as another way to try to put pressure onto Digital Slayers by picking up both of the power weapons. Now they have a full retake attempt. Smokz to the backside of P5. Will be in a 2v1 if he does get pushed out here. Double push toward the backside. Active torque shot out. Won't be able to catch that player. Now looking for another one. Kenny won't be able to find that one either. Has one more bolt to worry about. Might be able to put that pressure behind the pillar, but we go back over to Smokz. Smokz double bounce in. Back A out in the lava. Now here comes a teammate. They're going to be able to get the downs. Can they convert the kills, though? Over at the hill, it looks like we still have a neutralized fight here. 2v2. Here comes Kenny to try to help out Cellz. 1 kill is in. 2nd kill can't come through just yet, so this hill can get them to the 200-point marker, but it's still 200 to 275.
Still 200 to 275. Digital Slayer's got a lot of work to get done here. Currently in the right position that they need to. A 2v2 up top. 2 1v1, soon to be a 2v2 down low at the hill. And now Cellz has to get revived, but quickly back into the fight. Kenny, he needs someone to take the forefront. Lava, Rocky. Oh, and now Kenny, all fighting kills. All you need is Cellz to just complete the team ace. Sorry, I think you need a rocket complete team.
This is a good position right here because now they can bleed that out to 285 to 290, give or take a second or two. They're going to bleed it out to 285, 15 seconds now. They get 10 more off of that hill. And they're in a position here to continue to challenge this next point. Waiting for the next play to come up. This is going to be the hill spawn. They're in the hill. They're going to force Digital Slayers back into this position. One player takes over that cover. Now bouncing to the right and left. There's a ton of flash grenades going off into the face of Cellz and Lava. They have to roll back away from their position now. They're going to lose the top side right hand, but Cellz hits a backhand on the right hand there. Or left-handed backhand, excuse me. Now he's going to bounce back in toward the left side of the hill, lancering out the last 3 players from Digital Slayers that are alive. Hits every Lancer bullet, but cannot get the down before the kill comes through. Player down on the ground. Flash out. Rocky trying to hold his position. There's the third down and out on that player get Lancered out. They push him back out of the hill. 10 seconds to go. Respawn's coming back in.
Coming back in, but with the respawns, make it there in time. Northern Forces 6 seconds away from forcing that map number 5, and Kenny locks it in with this kill with his teammates behind him. Hip to hip. They move forward in the series and get to the game 5. Colin, it's been hard fought for Northern Forces so far.
Can he bounce? Can he bounce? Can he bounce? We're getting to game 5, boys and girls. 2-2. All knotted up here between Northern Forces and Digital Slayers. Who's going to come out on top? You want to find out? Come back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gears Pro League as we have been blessed with another map 5 for the night. I see you all talking in chat about how awesome the game's been, how close all the series have been going, and this one is no different. So to end off the night, who's going to come out victorious? Northern Forces or Digital Slayers? We're about to find out soon. We've seen Northern Forces in this position before, going down 0-2 in the series to get to this game 5. And I feel like, Colin, after these last 2 maps, they're playing the way that they need to be able to win this map number 5.
I'm feeling it, Blaze. They're feeling it, boy. They're fighting back. They're fighting back.
Locked in.
Yo, everybody's locked in at this point, all right? You heard me. I was right before the breakout, baiting on the armrest. I'm bringing the energy. I'm bringing the hype for him. I'm bringing all the love for him at this map 5 because I hope they can come out on top. Boy, if you don't realize that I'm going to start acting more fool than a sugared up nephew at a family reunion, I'm going to start getting crazy out here. I want them to take it to the brink all the way to a round 11. I don't give a damn if it takes us 29 rounds continuation in this bad boy. I needs me some victory.
Yo, you heard it from Colin. Granted, the graphic is wrong. The jig is up, but it's only white logo.
Yo,
where you don't know
hey, wait a minute.
I feel bad. I called him out on it.
Changed in real time. Changed in real time. Bring the map back up. Change Digital Slayer. There it is.
Nothing ever happened, Colin. It was like this the whole time.
They were trying to piss me off. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I didn't mean to throw you under the bus, voice of God. I just,
it ain't his fault. It's Hunter's. He's the graphic. He's the graphic
what? Hunter,
guy.
stop DMing me and do your job, bro.
Yo, he's in chat too much. You see how much he types? Tell him to get out of chat and get on the keys.
We need Hunter in the chat, okay?
I could have probably done a good job with this
Hunter
$10
took Duolingo
keyboard.
courses just to be in the chat. Okay, he took Duolingo courses just to be in the chat for this mod position, okay? Let him do his job.
Did he?
Yeah. I heard Fran was teaching on the side too as well. It's been a lot going on.
I guarantee you Fran might have been cussing him out from some of the stuff I've heard Hunter say in my life. All right, he might not know it, but he's probably just thinking it's all camaraderie up in there. Just like right now, it's all camaraderie between me and all the Digital Slayer fans. It's all good competition.
Is it?
Well, and it is. It is.
Yo,
until we lose it, I'm getting
fans.
salty. Yo, stop saying that. No,
DSL fans.
Look, I'm a fan.
Are not going for them?
Are you a fan of DSL? Are you a fan
of fan of some DSL?
Are you a big fan of it? I bet you are a big fan of it.
As we're about to end up in the last map, okay? Man, it is a slippery situation for both of these teams as you do not want to lose this one. You do not want to walk away with an L. We talked about it earlier, how we have not had undefeated team since the beginning of Gears of War 5, right? Well, a team without a loss since back then. Go check the YouTube out, youtube.com/UMGGears. We got all the old footage there if you don't believe me, but it's been a long time where we have had at least one winless pro team in our league. And I think this is Digital Slayer's best opportunity to not walk away in this league with a donut. They've been getting better week in and week out, but they was up in the league. They can't blow this one away, right? We'll find out now.
Smokz out by everybody. NotClaw will pick up the long shot, but Cellz is there on the flank. Big body shot after the chunk gets the down. They got 2 more to worry about. Cellz will pick up the long shot. Toxiq last alive. And misroll in front of that man. There's the down. There's the out. 1-0. Northern Forces are up here in map number 5. Hunter says, I will never get out of chat. I am the savior of this chat, and you know it. My man has reached new levels of God complex, only rivaled by some people who will not be named.
Oh,
don't you have a cat to feed? Go home and feed your cat.
Cats, people get cats so they don't have to feed them, right? They're like self-sufficient. That's why they don't get a dog. Now, we got Cellz trying to move up, but he's going to have to get backed up there as the Lancer was preventing him from going wide. A wild Incinerary being tossed by Toxiq doesn't stop anyone from putting out that pressure on the back. And he gives up the entirety of the angle and just allows Northern Forces to walk up with that Lancer angle to start getting multiple downs as NotClaw is the last man standing, and he's trapped in the corner.
1 player left. NotClaw gets the first kill, but they continue to go super wide on him. Down and now taken out. That will be 2-0 Northern Forces. Right now, it looks like even though Digital Slayers are getting into the original fight quicker, even though they're getting the incendiaries, they're not able to answer back quite succinctly. They're not able to get that incendiary to land on somebody or to get those shots to be able to land hard enough to get a kill.
All right, here we go. Can they do it? We haven't seen much nade play, but as I said, NotClaw is going to make a beeline there. He knows no one is going to be contesting him, so Cellz needs to be aggressive. A weird second nade. Doesn't get the kill, but it does not. You're going to see first blood by Rocky. Smokz finds Kenny. Power weapon in the hand of Northern Forces, and they got the advantage.
3-3 now on the map. Smoke out to the left-hand side. Nobody rotating through that. Lava with the long shot in hand. 8 shots to use. Looking for somebody to maybe misroll, misplace themselves on the map. He does see 1 player. I'm unsure if he sees the secondary. Taking a look here, NotClaw has 1 utility to use, 1 flash grenade to use. Cellz, Rocky, they get tagged on the left-hand side. Looking for the headshot there. NotClaw gets missed. Now Sulfuss misrolls right into their face down the lane. Doesn't go down, but we're going to see a down and a kill come through on everybody from the side of Northern Forces. First round on the board for Digital Slayers.
Okay. Even them being in a difficult position with Northern Forces having that power weapon, Digital Slayers, they focused up. They forced their opponent to have to hit the shots with the scope, and when those shots didn't come through, by the time they got the down, it was just too much space for the Northern Forces players to be there for the revive because they were playing for that distance. They were trying to get their opponent in open area and play off those body shots. Free nades once again for NotClaw. Nice toss in the secondary. Whoa, it went deep. Just a little bit of splash damage. No extra support fire coming through. No Lancers coming through the smokes. No marks on the side of Digital Slayers.
My man Rocky playing with fire literally.
You ain't done.
Quite literally. He was on the
Good questions
edge
by
of
the
that
voice
spread.
of God, but even better answers by Rocky. 1 headshot, a body shot on a Sulfuss. Will he rotate over for the possible revive? 1v1 over at the counter now. Body shot missed on a NotClaw. Kenny rolls back. NotClaw with a damage lead here. Throws his flash at Kenny, double bounces toward him, but he gets body shotted by him and goes down. Rocky, beautiful long shots there. Gets Northern Forces their 3rd map of this
third round
of this map 5. I've lost it.
Yes.
I've lost it.
You've lost Fool as Colin is just ready to erupt with excitement if Kenny, not even Northern Forces, just the fact that if Kenny is able to reverse sweep. You know, the amount of love you show Kenny, I feel bad when I don't show him just as much love. You know what I'm saying? You know, but somebody got to balance this out.
That's my dad, though. My dad, though. Like, I'm allowed to do that without making anybody feel bad. That's my dad.
Okay. All right. Heard. Cellz, he heard the call out too as well, that player backed up from flat. So he's going to go out wide or down. A point blank.
He needed to just finish
but no one else is there.
Finish. Don't go crazy. That's a bad play call by him. Kenny's going to go down. This is a Digital Slayer round through and through. Lava would have to go literally bigger than Toady even went when he was staying alive for a couple of kills there last split. 3-2. Cellz gets that first down. I'm surprised rather than turning to try to get that next kill, he didn't just up-A into that lane. He up-A's into that lane. He's away from the Lancer and the extra shotgun of that next player. He gets a kill, and it's 4-3. And it allows them to rotate a little bit further or closer over to the side of Digital Slayers. Cellz, he makes an executive decision. He goes for 2. He tries to go for the turn and burn and doesn't get it to go in his favor.
Here we go. Round number 6. Digital Slayers trying to get the tie. They get stunned out or forced out. Incendiary's in the hands of Rocky. Tosses multiple back lane. But Smokz is okay. He finds a gap. Finds a chink in the armor. Well, not a chink in his own armor, but finds a space between those flames to stay alive. It's still 4v4. That's what Digital Slayers is happy about. But they need something else.
That is a beautiful incendiary. It traps that player on the backside of that lane. Yeah, it traps him out of that lane. They have to rotate out now. They have a chance at a free long shot. If they just rotate back, they get into the hands of Cellz. Cellz is now ready to go, ready to roll. Looking for the headshot. Gets it. Toxiq's already down. There's nobody there to save him. He gets the body shot on his Smokz. 1 player left alive. Cellz bouncing around, feeling himself. Lines him up a third. Absolutely golden like he was LP. And the one and only Run the Jewels, baby, because he stay gold in that situation.
Run it. Held him hostage. Run it. Run it. I said run it.
Yeah.
Now, all tie is 40. Is it 42?
They're up around.
Now,
fine, though. Look,
as we go, Cellz gets taken out.
Attention to the chat. You know how it goes.
NotClaw with the snipe pickup, but it's on the ground. A flank from Rocky through the mid lane. Gets behind enemy lines. Sulfuss with the cross. Yeah, they got Northern Forces trapped up in here. There's not much they can do. Great flank coming out from Sulfuss, and great way for Digital Slayers to stay composed. Even after Incendiary took out their teammate, you know, they just kept shooting. 4-3 Northern Forces.
4-3. Northern Forces still up by 1 round. We go into round number 8 now. Looking to try to make it 4-4. Digital Slayer will come out of spawn with a game plan in mind. Overtime Hill will spawn in backside of Electronic, so if they can get an early kill here and maybe even get the power weapon, they might be able to rotate out early, set up against the Northern Forces. Flash grenades are going to come out. Toxiq is very tagged up. He's going to rotate to the bottom side of that ledge. They're going to try to go for the full spread all the way through the bottom of the lanes. Land up with that Lancer. 1 long-range incendiary by Kenny gets 1. Secondary one doesn't get anybody. NotClaw is going to get that shot on Kenny. Kenny rolls back, looking for the shot on Rocky. Rocky jumps off just in time. Smokz is down in the fire and flames like they were Dragon Force, but not going to be able to get away this time. There's going to be NotClaw trying to back A his way out of the situation. 3v1 on the map right now, and he is going to be encroached upon like wolves against sheep. Cellz and the boys from Northern Forces go on map and match point, and he is beating his jaw completely off, beating the brakes off that boy. My God, Lizzie had a family because she did get blown up in a truck in Act 1.
DSL gonna have to apply some pressure to get out this situation.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to wrap it up. Like, I mean, really, they're gonna have to be tight on this. For the next few rounds, DSL is gonna have to get it. They're gonna have to lock in.
They need to clinch up here on top of Northern Forces and not let them out of their grasp if they want to be able to get the rest of these rounds and win out here, okay? They got to be perfect. Whatever kind of momentum that Northern Forces has, they're going to have to bleed them dry.
Without a doubt. Let's see what they can do here. As Kenny's going to rotate over to the fragmentation grenades. He's not going to pick them up. He's just going to go for the full flank angle. Sulfuss is going to get full red there. They rotate across. They get a big kill there. 4v3. Smokz is looking for the headshot on anybody. Kenny has picked an ace. Body shot onto Kenny. Kenny's going to rotate around. He's going to try to keep himself safe. Another body shot comes through. Smokz looking for a third body. He will get that. He's going to pick up that kill with a snub as well. Smokz is full red. The double kill from Kenny. 3v1. 3v1. 3v none. Digital Slayers will go up 2 maps to none and then rage quit out because they got pumped in map 5.
They got pumped indeed. They got strangled out in that situation as Northern Forces complete the comeback. What a night has been. We see 2 reverse sweeps coming out from Northern Forces, and earlier it was Rise. And hey, Northern Forces, they move up in the standings, and Digital Slayers, they just could not get the win in which they wanted. And Digital Slayers fans, excuse him, okay? We know who we got here casting, okay? We get it. We get it, you know, but hey, better luck next time. Northern Forces, that's 2 wins in a row for them in the Pro League.
I mean, DSLs are good for a while, but Digital Slayers just could not get the job done. They can usually get you there, but they're not going to get you across the finish line.
With a UI. You know that? You biased with a UI.
You saw the color I came in with today. You knew who I knew who was casting. I was rocking it since the beginning, baby.
Hey, you know what, Cell? If you're going to do that, I'm going to do one of these numbers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hold up. Where the blue?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Where Northern Forces blue at?
You know what?
There they go.
I see your Northern Forces blue, and I rate you this.
Oh, man. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Just like Northern Forces got Digital Slayers out of this series. And look at these headshots from Rocky. The body shots coming out from Rocky and Cellz, man, who no matter who had the scope, they were going to get the job done during this map. And saw some great power from gameplay from them. But Digital Slayers, man, they played this series real close. They had the opportunity, but you got to learn how to close out. You got to learn how to finish strong. Yeah, can't get tired.
Yeah, you can't get sore. Look, sometimes you've got to push through the pain. You got to fight through the pain, okay? When you've been working that hard for a payoff, you need to get the finish. You need to be able to finish at that point. That's the problem.
Oh, Colin, you know? That's why I love you the most, man. Me and you, we get each other, okay? We get each other. I don't think the chat ever gets us, but we get each other. And, you know, Northern Forces, they got the assignment, all right? They knew they wanted to win this in probably a 3-0 fashion, but ultimately, they got a lot of intel off those first 2 maps to be able to come back and take Harbor, Ritual, and check out for the 3-2 victory. What a night it's been.
Been an incredible night, Blaze. Yeah, there we go. I needed to wait for this, Blaze.
I'm mad that they knew exactly what was coming up. Well, they know everything, okay? Our director always sees us, and
you want me to take it off? You want me to?
No, you do whatever you want.
You know what? We're leaving it up.
It's the Digital Slayers fans who gonna be looking for you.
My boy,
they gonna be in your stream talking that trash. Okay,
let's go, Dad. Hey, I don't care. You think I care?
Hey,
Shoot.
Nah, you don't care.
Scoreboard. Scoreboard.
All right. Now, what a day in Pro League it has been, and we're going to get you guys recapped with everything that you've missed so far once we get it all tallied up. Man, but, you know, we saw a lot of close series. I'm just happy that I feel like in this split of the league, we've seen more Game 5s than we've seen in traditional splits. And what a time for it to come through. So,
without a doubt, look, we talked about it at the beginning of this split. This is the final split of Gears Esports for Gears 5 and for the foreseeable future. You cannot come out here with anything less than your 150% best week in and week out, period, point blank, end of story.
End of story. That's it. Okay. It's you have to give it everything in which you got. And I do think Digital Slayers did give it everything in which they had. It just wasn't enough today. All our teams have been, right? And, you know, at least you know you played them close and you got that ability to beat them if you end up coming across them in a loser's bracket somewhere, you know, towards the major, or if at least you see them in the E-Days, that you are able to shift into that gear. And they proved a lot to us tonight, you know? But, hey, you got to win, all right? And winners win. So, hey, close series, but Northern Forces, they come out on top for the night. And, yeah, it's been a great day. Let's get Colin off of our screen and let's get on over towards the Pro League. There we go. Thank you. And I can take this one over as Colin. He's out of here. Chat, we got a little bit of business to take care of, all right? And so I announce to you your eSwap X play of the day. And it goes to none other than Fiercely with his quick torque bow work to kick off Ritual for PK today against Team K. So as you see, 3-0, 4-0, team wipe to start, but he didn't stop there. He went on to find a few more kills after that. Quick, stylish, quick in a hurry, getting it done. Fiercely, he's your guy. All right. Yeah, you're doing a thing. You're doing a thing again, Colin.
What thing?
You're showing how biased you are. All right.
Hold on. Let me cover up my bias. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. allow me to cover up my bias.
You know why you got that 24 number. But you're still there. You're still there. I like that shirt. Why we don't see that shirt no more? Okay, we gotta bring that shirt back out. I like the roses. Oh, all right. Yeah, you can't use that shirt no more. Green screen. Fury won 3-0 against the Pioneers. Don't get too surprised. It was a forfeit. Pioneers couldn't get their full roster out today. Rise 3-2 over Cassidy Papel. Team Queso falls to the Pittsburgh Knights 3-1. And Northern Forces in the reverse sweep was able to take down Digital Slayers. And after our Pro League Day 5 results, where are our standings? Well, you see Rise still undefeated. Pioneers, they will move down a few spots into 5th, but I'm pretty sure when it comes down to the rest of their big matchups, they plan on giving everybody else a loss in that column and probably rise up in those rankings. Cassidy Papel, Northern Forces is now all tied up at 2-3 as Northern Forces moving up in the standings. Fury 1 and Team Queso both at 1-4. Digital Slayers come out with that win. We got a lot of 1-4 teams down there.
I think one of the things that's most impressive to me is Rise having an answer tonight, coming back after being down 0-2 in maps and still being able to find a win, 5 wins in a row for them. Northern Forces are on the rise. They have 2 wins back-to-back. A couple of teams now starting to string together a little bit of a good winning streak here, and some other teams getting back onto the horse, like the Pittsburgh Knights after taking the 3-0 loss last week to the Northern Forces. They get back on the horse tonight. They get their win under their belts after a little bit of a shaky start, but they do what is necessary. So that's the most impressive part to me. Again, we are coming down to the final few weeks, Blaze. Remember, that last major, that final major is at the end of June. This is May 30. This is what, May 31st?
First, we're June tomorrow.
Tomorrow is June 1st.
Last month. Oh my God.
Last month of Gears 5 Esports and for the foreseeable future. Woo! And we're only we're 6 days away from my birthday, but who cares about that? Yeah, well, I had to slide that one in there. Hold on.
6 days away. Okay. You are Gemini. I just thought about that.
Yeah,
you really are Gemini. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Through and through. All right. Well, hey, that's why we love you. You know, I've dated more Geminis than not in my life. I can't stand them no more. I've been taking a break. I've been taking a break from Geminis. You can't resist us.
You can't resist.
I don't know how y'all find y'all way
get away
in my
from
life.
me.
I don't know how y'all find y'all way in my life. What is Taylor's sign? I don't know what Taylor's sign is. What is he? Taylor,
what is
Taylor's
Reflections?
Birthday? Taylor is Scorpio. He is, you know what? Taylor, behind cameras, he is a Scorpio, okay? You see his good side.
Taylor when he was on, I think the game was called Rust. When he was on Rust, he was a Scorpio. He was a Scorpio.
What is Jacob's birthday? Jacob's birthday is God. Well, Jacob, when is your birthday? You in chat. He'll tell us, okay? He's in chat. I'm gonna ask him later, okay? I know Jacob is a Virgo. He might not be a Virgo.
It's weird because we can't ask Goalie when his birthday was because he was here and then there was darkness and then he said let there be light and then on the 7th he rested.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I guess he's just
wouldn't that make his wouldn't that make him a Capricorn?
Technically, I think.
Maybe at the end of the beginning of the year, right?
Time
well, you know what?
Construct.
Time isn't real anyway, so we don't
construct.
know.
Yeah.
Time isn't real anyway, so he is everything. Maybe he's that 13 sign, that big old snake,
the Alpha and the Omega.
We just gonna call him Orochimaru. Okay, let's look at our schedule. All right, let's take a look. We got Fury 1 going up against Digital Slayers. That's going to be a banger to start off our broadcast. Rebel versus E United slotted up in our second series of the day, but then Cascade David Pale versus Northern Forces. Pioneers versus the Knights. Hey, yo, I might have to cast this one, too.
I was going to say, guess who here tomorrow, Paul?
I might have to cast this one, too. Who you casting with?
Taylor, Reflections Noble right now. Hey, look, you come off with a TriCast. We did it. We did it with E-Days one time. We did a TriCast. We did it really well, too.
Want to cast a side station match? Let me know.
Okay, no. Like, just bring it on. Do the quadcast.
Sure,
come on.
We're gonna end up doing a quadcast soon, so let's get ready for it, okay?
Golden Boy has the Four Heads podcast. We could be the Four Heads quadcast, baby. Let's get it.
And when do we call it, like, Gears Rushmore?
Without a doubt.
Gears Rushmore?
Yes, sir.
Mount Sarah. Okay.
Oh,
something like that.
Yo.
Hey, you know how I be coming up with these names. I'm creative like that. Chat, y'all know me. Okay. But, you know, regardless of me and Colin's antics today, we hope you are all had a blast. And, you know, sometimes we think we're funny, but, we are kind of funny, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, right, Colin? Yeah,
mainly you. I'm here for my own lulls.
Hey, yo, I'm mad that my SBC Yahoo DSL joke went over all y'all heads in the chat because I thought
PR's
that was
a Libra?
Funny.
Yo, Libra's a Gemini.
No Libra.
Yeah, he is. Without a doubt, because they're the best romantic matchup. That's my wife. She's a Libra too.
I hate Libras on a romantic scale level, okay?
No.
I don't know. They talk all about bringing balance and stuff, but you know what? Let's not even go into this because everybody wants to go home. Me and Colin will be here all night. I'm gonna go look up some Zodiacs with my casting pairs, and I'm gonna go get hydrated. We love y'all. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you on the flip here.